What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, seems like 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who's currently the reigning super middleweight undisputed world champion, and widely considered by many to be the face of the sport of boxing, and top 3, if not number 1 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez, 57 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age. He is 5'9" with a 70-inch arm reach. Canelo Alvarez was expected to face off against undefeated 2-division world champion, currently the reigning WBC middleweight world champion, who's going to make his debut at the super middleweight limit against Canelo Alvarez, that being Jermall Charlo. 32 wins, no loss and no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age, 6 foot tall with a 74-inch arm reach. It was expected that that fight was going to take place in May 7th, Cinco de Mayo weekend, but Canelo Alvarez has opted to go in a different direction and choosing to face off against undefeated Russian superstar light heavyweight WBA world champion Dmitry Bivol in his next fight, which is going to be May 7th, in a 2-fight deal that the Zone is expecting Canelo Alvarez to possibly face off against his rival foe in which he fought twice, in reigning IBF 2-time middleweight world champion superstar boxer Gennady Triple G Golovkin in September in Mexico City. With that said, Canelo Alvarez, he was expected to face off against Jermall Charlo, but he's going in a different direction, as I just stated. So where does this leave Jermall Charlo? Well, Jermall Charlo, he holds the WBC title at middleweight. He's going to make his debut at super middleweight. So this opens the door for the fight that fans have been anticipating and looking for to happen again with Canelo Alvarez and former 2-time WBC world champion super middleweight Mexican superstar boxer David Benavidez. David Benavidez is undefeated, 25 wins, no loss and no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 25 years of age, 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach. Okay, David Benavidez, Canelo Alvarez, they have been going. David Benavidez and Jermall Charlo, they have been going back and forth for quite some time. Okay, they had a storyline after Jermall Charlo. He was asked about possibly moving up to super middleweight and challenging David Benavidez, in which Jermall Charlo, he stated that that was an easy fight and he would knock out David Benavidez due to David Benavidez's lack of defense. Okay, well now Canelo Alvarez is more than likely going to vacate his belts, his undisputed titles at middleweight. Okay, I believe that Canelo Alvarez, he's going to campaign a light heavyweight. He may come back down for a Triple G fight, catchweight fight. But Canelo Alvarez, I believe, if he goes up and fights Dmitry Bivol, okay, in his next fight, May 7th, Cinco de Mayo weekend, well, this opens the door for Canelo Alvarez to become undisputed in 2 fights at light heavyweight. Okay, he's already won the light heavyweight WBO title from Sergey Crusher Kovalev, but this would give him the route and the plan he needs to completely solidify himself as one of the greatest Mexican fighters, if not the greatest Mexican fighter that ever lived. Okay, Dmitry Bivol is undefeated. He is 19 wins, no loss and no draws, 11 wins by way of knockout. He is 31 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 72-inch arm reach. He holds the WBA title. Okay, but there's another big fight brewing between Artur Beterbiev, who is the unified light heavyweight world champion, superstar Russian boxer. You know, Artur Beterbiev, he in WBO, Artur Beterbiev holds the WBC and the IBF titles, okay? And the WBO champion, Joe Smith Jr., looks like they could be on a collision course to face off this summer in a massive unification showdown, okay? So it's looking like that could take place in Madison Square Garden in New York, New York. Joe Smith Jr. is from New York, okay? And the winner will hold all 3 belts, okay? So that means that Canelo Alvarez, should he beat Dmitry Bivol, he's one fight away and one win away at light heavyweight from becoming undisputed in at super middleweight in under a calendar year. And then in 2021 and in 2022, he has the opportunity to become undisputed at light heavyweight, okay? That is too good to pass up, okay? So I think that Canelo Alvarez will push off the trilogy with Gennady Triple G Golovkin until December in Mexico City, Mexico, okay? I think that he'll wait and he'll allow himself to face off against the winner, beat the winner, and then he could fight, Gennady Golovkin in December, okay, in Mexico City in his last fight and to close out the year. Now he would have solidified himself. Imagine he beats Triple G in December in Mexico City, and he fights and beats Artur Beterbiev, who I believe will beat Joe Smith, but he fights the winner, and he beats Dmitry Bivol all in 1 year. He beats Dmitry Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, and Gennady Golovkin to close out the year of 2022. Not only would he create history, being undisputed in 2 separate weight classes, the first Mexican-born fighter already to hold all 4 major sanctioned belts and the ring linealship, and the first super middleweight to do so. He would do so at light heavyweight, and he would do it under a calendar year. He would be the fighter of the year, okay? He would create history. His legacy is solidified at the age of 31, going on 32 years of age in 2023. Then he can always come back down and fight the winner of what should take place next between Jermall Charlo and David Benavidez. And the reason I say this is there's talks that David Benavidez is going to face David Lemieux in his next fight. Well, here's the thing. You could push that off and make David Benavidez versus Jermall Charlo, because Jermall Charlo is the WBC WBC middleweight champion. He moves up, okay? The WBC vacant title or interim title is what David Benavidez and David Lemieux are looking to fight for, okay? So why not have David Benavidez face off against Jermall Charlo for that position now? Now, Jermall Charlo, he should push for that opportunity, because we know that undefeated 2-division world champion, who currently is the reigning WBO middleweight world champion, he's looking to come up and push for the WBO title at super middleweight, Demetrius Boo Andre. So instead of Jermall Charlo sitting around and waiting, he can take the destiny into his own hands. David Benavidez would love nothing but to fight Jermall Charlo. After Jermall Charlo stated that he would knock out David Benavidez, David Benavidez has been on high pursuit of facing off against Jermall Charlo. Okay, he's been looking to fight Jermall Charlo ever since. He was calling him out. He's been pursuing him, looking for that fight, and Jermall Charlo wasn't willing to oblige. He kept stating that David Benavidez was a super middleweight and he was a middleweight. He stated David Benavidez had nothing for him to fight for. That David Benavidez, lost his titles on the scale, and there was no reason for him to fight him. He stated that David Benavidez is super middleweight and he just simply is not. So with that said, it would make sense for him to go ahead and fight David Benavidez, okay? Because now, what are you going to look to do? Okay, now you're available. David Benavidez, David Lemieux fight hasn't officially been announced, so with that said, this is a huge fight that can take place, and instead of being left at the altar without a plan B, here's an opportunity for you to make up ground, okay? Solidify yourself. So let's say in 2022, this year, you're not going to get the Canelo Alvarez fight. But let's say Canelo Alvarez takes the route of going the one I just explained. In 2023, when Canelo Alvarez is now looking for opponents to fill those gaps and looking for the biggest fights possible at that point in time, maybe he'll look to go to cruiserweight. But maybe, just maybe, the biggest name he can possibly fight would be Jermall Charlo, David Benavidez winner. And if Jermall Charlo beats David Benavidez, then Jermall Charlo could go ahead and fight Demetrius Andre, who he has a rival with, unify the belts. He has a road to solidify himself and his career. He can take the reins into his own hands. So this should be the route. The WBC would love nothing more than allow Jermall Charlo to petition for that belt David Benavidez versus Jermall Charlo is enormous. WBC won't stand in the way. They're both WBC champions, and it just makes all the sense in the world. And since now you already made it clear that you plan on moving to super middleweight, well then let's make it happen. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Wow.